If you like the channel, please subscribe, it really helps, and click the notification bell. If you would like to submit your encounter with the strange and twisted, please email me at the email address in the description. We found knives in our bedrooms. Our house was broken into when I was a kid. We were on vacation at the time, but came home immediately. I remember the house being a complete mess. My father owns a business and at the time had just upgraded his home office to new Windows 95 computers, and an office of the 90s was a gold mine for home thieves. The cops told us it was probably 5 or 6 pros, who promptly left when they heard on their police scanner that our new neighbors had called it in. None of us have ever felt that safety of a home. The most startling part was finding kitchen knives in all of our bedrooms. Knowing they had watched us for some time to know our schedule, and finding weapons that the police confirmed were probably to be used if someone was home still keeps me up at night 20 years later. I thought I was safe because I live in the woods. I go and walk my dog around my house pretty late at night, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m., maybe not the safest thing, but I live in the woods and away from people. Anyways, I start walking downstairs and notice my sister's door is open and the light is on. It struck me as odd considering she moved out 6 years ago, and nobody ever goes in there. I walk in to turn the light off and close the door, and I see a man trying to hide behind the closet door. It's broken, filled with boxes, so there was no real way he could hide from me. I act like I didn't see him and I went and grabbed my shotgun from in the other room. Went back in and told him not to move or I'd fucking kill him. He jumped out from the closet and took off running as fast as he could, right past me, into the garage, and out into the woods. I could have shot him, but I didn't. I saw his face. A few days earlier he knocked on my door claiming to know my neighbor and said he was looking for copper to sell, asked if I knew or had any old copper he could have. I gave him a few old car batteries I had and that was that. He said he had 2 daughters he was trying to take care of. I didn't call the cops, but that's the extent of my mercy. If he came back the next night, he was dead. They had been watching. When I was 4, my parents worked long hours at a restaurant. They left my brother to babysit me until 10 to 10:30 p.m. at night. He's 8 years older than me, so 12 years old at the time. Every night when my parents come home, they'll ring the bell and I'll run to greet them at the door with my brother. One day the bell rings, and when I open the door, instead of my parents, it's 4 guys standing there. Apparently, they had been watching the house and knew the routine. They have guns and tell my brother and me to go downstairs and watch the TV as one of the guys stands guard over us. They let me sit there, but they tie my brother up using his Nintendo cords. I remember going to tug at the cords at my brother's wrist. I wasn't trying to untie him, it was more out of curiosity, and the guy actually pointed his gun at me and told me to stop. When they finished going through the house, they tie us both to a beam and leave. After a little while, my brother wiggled out from the bindings and my parents came home. Cops were called and info was given to the police. They got a few pieces of jewelry and a camcorder. Thanks guys for listening, and if you like the channel please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. And again, if you would like to submit your encounter with the strange and twisted, please email me at the email address in the description.